Hello, Couch Potato Queens. Welcome back to another episode covering The Challenge, Season 38, Ride or Dies. I am Steven, your host. Joining me today is my amigo, Doug.
Buddy, amigo, whatever the other words were. Yes, I'm here. Trying to remember what happened on Thursday, but I'm sure things will be jogged in my memory as we go. I remember that Michelle and Jack, that was a slip. Michelle and Jay won. I remember that for the second straight week, which is crazy.
I know. People don't normally win multiple weeks in a row.
Yeah. And I clearly wasn't expecting it to be Michelle and Jay to be the ones that would win 2 in a row.
I mean, I have some conspiracies.
Ooh, all right, we're starting off high.
We'll get to those.
Okay, Steven.
I got some conspiracies, but yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a really good episode. I enjoyed pretty much all of it. I thought it was really good. I hated the outcome, but I loved the way getting there. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it a lot of things from last week still carried over to this week, obviously, but carried over even more so because of the fact that Jay and Michelle were in power again. So I don't know. I felt, this was a really interesting episode.
Yeah. God, I hated that outcome, but
I know.
What can you do?
That was tough.
Yeah. I was very happy to see the episode starting out with my favorite, the club scene.
Yes.
The club scene is lacking without Tommy. I'll say that much.
I know. I feel like they should bring him back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I always try to get at least one scene or one little shot from the club scene. And instead of Tommy dancing or riding everyone, I get, who does this at the club? Come on. I mean, sure, it was a nice moment, but Jordan and Nisa having their little, you're great. No, you're great. You're great.
Okay, was this before or after they had that really great speech about representation, though?
I think this was while the confessional was of them saying that was happening.
Because I did think that okay, I have my issues with Jordan's whole redemption arc and how much time he's getting on this season seems a little bit much to me in general. But I will say I did enjoy I did think that it was good MTV highlighting this representation speech that they both were able to have. And I did think that was the right spot for it in a good moment for them to share those aspects that they feel. Because I don't think that we get enough of that on TV. So I did like that part. But yeah, when it comes to, I don't know, Jordan's just whole, like I said, redemption arc is just so interesting because it seems a little much to me. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I agree. I think this episode, though, he did kind of come back to some of the old Jordan that I remember. Mm-hmm. He was able to, I don't know, keep this little redemption going, but still giving it to us and being himself. I mean, it's honestly it's kind of what the show needed. It was missing that. I didn't think it was, but no, I'm not normally a Jordan fan, but I was a fan of him this episode. I was rooting for him.
Yeah, see, the thing about Jordan with me too is that sometimes his cockiness doesn't bother me because he is backing it up. It's one thing to be arrogant and cocky or whatever, but we'll get to it in the end in the zone, but him calling his shot and then executing it and you can't take that away from him. He is very I don't know. I don't know what the word for that is, but yeah, he is impressive, I guess, is what I would say.
Yeah, I agree. He can do a lot more than I surely could. With I don't know, he's impressive.
Yeah.
Talk about some motivation.
Right.
But yeah, that's about all we really got for the club scene. So it was, I mean, it was sweet. It was a pleasant way to start off a little fiery episode. But I do have to bring up, I love, so far this season, I think Jack might be my favorite. I wouldn't really call them one-liners, but just everything he says cracks me up when it comes to like the scene with this.
This whole scene was just so ridiculous to watch. Like it seemed surreal. I don't know. It seemed very forced, but like odd. Like I don't know. Like Jack Jack wasn't really being serious, but I think Jay thought he was, and I don't know. This whole scene was.
I don't think Jay thought he was being serious because he's like, "Oh, we're on a break, right? You know, maybe the band can get back together again." And he's like, "No."
Yeah, I think Jay was like trying to like come into it like all lighthearted and like jokey, and Jack was like. And then he thought that Jack was like being sarcastic in his response. But he wasn't being sarcastic. He was being like, "No, I don't want anything to do with you. You're garbage. How many more times do I need to tell you that you're a rat piece of garbage? Like, I'm done. But we have to talk because the cameras are here, and we need to have this scene because we haven't talked since the zone and since you put me down there." Like, that's very what it was.
I mean, I had to write down what he said.
What did he? Yes, please.
When
please
he said, "When I called you garbage, I meant that you were garbage. Bottom of the dumpster, leaking out into the sewer with the fucking rodents and infested rats."
Oh my God. Woof.
Yeah,
that's some vivid imagery there. I will say that.
Yeah, that would. I mean, I don't blame Jack. I mean, like he said, he's never gotten over anything that anyone has ever done to him.
Yeah,
same sis.
Yeah, this was interesting.
But then there's a scene that honestly kind of broke my heart a little bit. I'm a little surprised that Horacio might have some fuckboy tendencies.
I felt bad for Horacio mostly this episode.
You felt bad for Horacio after him doing that to Laurel? You felt bad for him?
Wait, so yes, kind of. So what exactly did he do?
I mean, I feel like he was leading her on. He said that he had a girl back home that he was, trying to pursue and was going to make his girlfriend when he got home. And well, I mean, Laurel said she like it shows she moved out of the room, but she definitely said on a podcast that it was for about a day.
Because why didn't we see this? Maybe I missed it. Did we see this whole conversation between him and Laurel?
No, and maybe it was like under the covers, because you do see her kind of like moving out of the room when it's dark in the room. Yeah. And so what a weird time to.
I just feel like they didn't give us enough details about like what happened there. Like, I don't know, or like what the conversation was. I was a little confused because I was feeling like a little, I don't know, because then like immediately Laurel moves in with Fessel. And like watching that had to be, if I was pursuing a woman, first of all, and it was Laurel.
Do tell.
And I was pursuing Laurel and we were like fooling around and flirting and stuff. And then, okay, granted, obviously, I maybe wasn't truthful with her about what was going on back home. But if I had to go see her snuggle up with Fessel, that would really annoy me, like a lot. Wouldn't it to you? Be like, Laurel, you're better than this. Like, you were just with me, and now you're gonna go to Fessel. Like, come on, make better choices.
I guess so. It was just the whole Horacio saying, I hurt her and that hurt me. Like,
yeah.
It?
How old is Horacio again? I mean,
he's 26.
Yeah. See, I don't know. He's just a young boy. That's how I kind of view Horacio.
No, it did kind of crack me up though. He pretty much called Fessy a whore. He in the nicest way possible. He said, what does he say? He says, Fessy's been around, and I don't want that for Laurel.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He is not wrong at all.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like, what is Laurel doing? Like, you could be hurt, but don't be hurt and go to Fessy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other places to go.
She said on the podcast that they only cuddled. They never even kissed.
All right. I don't know. Whatever. I don't think that's gonna obviously, but I don't know. It was just.
But I felt bad for Laurel for during this. This was the wrong time for her emotions to be out of whack and her head not be in it. Like I don't think I've ever seen her not this focused on the game.
I feel like we saw especially when we consider last week as well. Like we saw so many dynamics of Laurel.
She cried like 5 times.
Yeah, but she had like so many moments of like vulnerability and like being, I don't know. It was just like very interesting. I felt like we saw like every side of Laurel. And I had forgotten how much I kind of missed seeing Laurel on TV and like getting, and it's sad that we see her go here, but I do think if she's going to go, that we at least got to see a lot of her, especially in these last 2 weeks.
And I'm so thankful she brought Jack with her. That what a combo. I'm obsessed. Yes.
I hope they better bring him back.
I think that Laurel will definitely take time off. She hasn't done back to back in I don't know how long, but
that's fine.
They need to bring him back.
Yeah,
that's the gay we need. If they won't bring Shane back, give us Jack.
Speaking of representation, I was just going to say, like, Jack can be that. He can be carrying the flag for us.
Period.
Give me a second.
Oh my God! Look who it is.
Hi. Okay, the only reason I'm on right now is because I just want to reply because I have not been on since everything happened. Y'all, I made a mistake, I'll be honest, and made a tweet about a situation that I did not know the whole situation about. So if y'all are asking about it, it's that I did not have the full picture of it. And when I found out the full picture of it, I deleted it. So sorry if I offended anyone. I didn't know the full picture. I'll think again next time. How are you boys?
I don't even know what you did, but I am good. I'm doing well.
Awesome. Hi, Steven.
Hi,
you guys.
Queen.
Can I just say, I see you guys are kicking ass with the challenge pod, and like you guys are doing amazing. So I just want to say, love you all.
Thank you, and thank everybody for watching us. So if you are watching us, you better hit that like button and give us some more comments because we'd like to know what you think.
Love that. And also, sorry again to anyone who's watching if I offended anyone with a tweet. Again, did not have the whole story of everything that happened. I deleted my tweet as soon as I found out the actual full story, full circle. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye,
Josh.
If you guys can get me out of here. Okay.
Do you know anyone he did? Were you following that whole thing?
Yeah. We're just gonna, yeah.
Okay. No comment on that. Yeah, let's just comment and move. I don't even know what it was, so let's just allow that to.
On to the next.
Yeah, let's keep moving on the challenge.
So this daily, I mean, I was trying to I'll admit sometimes I kind of zone out a little bit when it comes to like a really complicated daily.
Okay, because
I was trying to keep track of this, and I don't know.
I was watching this live, obviously, as well, and the challenge like started, and I think was there a commercial break in between when they described it and when it started?
Yes.
I don't think there was. Okay.
Yes.
Because we come back from the commercial break and immediately start the challenge, and I was like, oh shit, I have no idea what TJ just said. I was like, I did not follow any of the description of him describing this daily. And so I have no idea what this challenge is, but I guess we'll just watch and find out. And yeah, I'd agree. It was kind of confusing.
Yeah, a little bit. So they had to dig for 2 bags, and then one is wheeling this what would you call that, a buoy, or I don't know, to make their zip line go longer.
Yeah, sure.
So they could swim less. But I was trying to figure out, they start at the same, they're both digging from the same spot. How does one get from the other side of, I don't know, maybe I just don't know what the land looks like, but
so wait, so because I didn't understand, so the cranking made it so the other person could what did the cranking
it made
do?
their zip line, like it made their zip line end farther out, so they would have to swim less.
Oh, okay.
So for me, it made no sense why you would even try to necessarily rush through, like because I mean, it doesn't show. I don't know how they managed to get one half of the duo on one side of the water and the other one on the other side of the water. Because when they zip line down, they meet their partner to start solving the puzzle. So unless it's like the land is U-shaped, I don't understand where the other person comes from.
Girl, I had no idea what was going on in this challenge. I was like, the only time that I was like, okay, now I know what's going on is that they have to solve this word puzzle. That was like the only time that I could follow along with what was going on, or like who was in first. Like, I don't know. It was just very confusing. So I did not like this daily. And I don't like that they keep separating them into 2 heats.
Yeah, I don't like that part either. We don't need to see the same thing like twice. We don't need to see it twice.
Right. And then like they always will give like the dramatic commercial break to cut to TJ coming back to say who won. Was it this team or the other team? Like, I want to see them all. I want to see them all, and they're going to be more competitive when they're all together. Just make it happen. Come on.
I mean, there's definitely a conspiracy. You have 2 heats. There's 2 different possible winners that production could choose from.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, pretty easy to me. That's what the only thing I can see. Because why do you need to show the exact same thing twice?
Also, looking at this picture, was TJ not in a coat and scarf last week, and now he's standing out here in a t-shirt? Like, what is the climate? What is going on?
I mean, I know it's cold at night, but he definitely was. But I think it was more so they had him dressed up like the Burger King mascot with the scarf, and that's what I was getting.
Really?
But yeah, it's not.
I wasn't getting that. I don't know what I was getting, but I don't. Now he's out here in a t-shirt. Anyway.
Yeah, but this, I don't know. To me, it made more sense if, however, the partners separated. I don't know. When it came time for the person who's ziplining to get on, it only really made sense to me that you wouldn't really rush to get there, because if I were doing it,
right,
I would wait it out so my partner can wheel it all the way down so that I barely have to swim.
Yeah. Wait. So did most of them wait until it was all cranked, or no?
Well, the one person who you can see that says, like, that actually says something about it is Kenny. He tells Casey to like not. Yeah. Homeboy was nominated and still didn't even get a confessional this week.
Poor Kenny.
I mean, come on.
Oh man, what if Kenny's the most interesting man in the world, and we're not getting enough? We don't even know who Kenny is. Who is Kenny?
Who is Casey?
We have no idea. We have no idea who Kenny is as a person at all.
like whatsoever.
We don't know anything about it.
Yeah, he doesn't have a single storyline.
Like, is he flirting in the house? What's he doing? What's he doing at the club? Can we get a Kenny cam? I want a Kenny cam.
I want to see Kenny at the club.
I want to know. Like, what is he doing? What's happening?
Yeah, but this was when it does come time to like Johnny Bananas floating with his banana out.
Of course.
But when it does come like time for the puzzles, ooh, Nani was not having it with Bananas. I mean, you see, she straight up like hits him allegedly.
I was Nani in this moment. I was annoyed with Johnny and felt that he was being condescending. And like asking her if she knows what a vowel is. Like, Johnny, just stop. Like, come on. Like, don't, like, this is Johnny knowing that he's back on the challenge and wanting to make dumb little Johnny moments. Like, that's what it is. And it's also, though, I think, him wanting to throw it. But him wanting to throw this challenge doesn't seem as though he communicated that with Nani. Like, if you want to throw the challenge, like, talk about it. Don't just, like, start being a jackwad during the challenge. Like, that's not the way to throw it. Because Nani clearly wasn't on board with throwing it. She was trying really hard, I guess, to solve this puzzle for some reason.
Yeah, I really wonder if... Well, he has definitely stated, he has put it out there in a tweet that there really was... There's no incentive to win the daily.
No.
If you feel any bit comfortable with whoever could win, then there is no... I mean, I think he's feeling over comfortable, but...
I was going to say, cut to 10 minutes from now when he gets thrown in.
Exactly.
And then he probably wished that he would have won, but maybe not still. Because it was a half measure anyways by Jay and Michelle, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, and even if he did communicate to Nani to throw it, it wouldn't surprise me if she was just like, no, fuck this, we're not throwing it. And he just wanted to anyways.
Yeah, I could see that being the scenario too. Johnny not listening to Nani. Shocking.
But she was pissed. I mean, you see right before kissing word, she's like, shut the fuck up, Johnny. Like, fuck you.
I would have been the same way. He was being such a little douche. I was like, you were being such a little douche. Quit being a douche.
Yeah, I got a giggle out of it though. Can't lie. But this puzzle, I mean, I thought it was Amigo was not that difficult to gather, just with context clues, and there was already like literally each word had its own letter already on the board.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, they had to get all 5 of them, right? Was there 5 of them?
Yeah, but it's each one of those words had, a letter that was already on the board. I mean, at that point, if you had the other 4, I mean, like, who was like Veronica and Darrell, they're like, I think it's Amigo. It's not Amigo.
Yes, that was dumb.
And
this
no, oh, hello. I would have gotten Amigo. I don't know. I didn't think that was that difficult.
This challenge, though, really seemed very reminiscent of like a classic Survivor challenges. So it doesn't surprise me knowing
you're so
that
right.
like Jay and Michelle would utilize that knowledge and have kind of a leg up on a challenge like this.
This did seem very Survivor, actually.
Yeah, like solving word puzzles at the end of a physical challenge. Like, that's right up what Survivor does a lot. But okay, also, I don't really feel like all of these 5-letter words actually mean the same thing. Like, pairs is much different than a squad.
Yeah, squad, that's for me, I would think a squad has 3 or more.
Exactly. Like, I don't really feel like these 5 words even all went together. Because, like, some of them are plural, too, right? Like, what's that last word? Something that ends in S. Like, in pairs is plural, but then it's amigo.
Yeah, buddy,
okay,
pairs, squad,
I
amigo.
don't feel like this puzzle is even following its own rules, but okay, I guess we'll allow it. Like, that was the grammar in me, I suppose.
Yeah, but I wonder how many teams were honestly like trying to throw it. I believe Fessy was as well, but it kind of makes sense that they were, able to pull this off if they were one of the few actually trying.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like the puzzle was the great equalizer because, like, Jay and Michelle got there quite, like, in the middle. Because Tori and Devin, I think, were the first ones to get to the puzzle.
They were probably throwing it too.
Yeah.
Which, we'll get to the Tori Devin. Dumb.
We need to get to the Tori Devin of it all.
Gosh.
The Steves?
Well,
isn't that what it is?
No, the Dave.
Dave, sorry. How can I forget?
It's so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
But Jay and Michelle win first heat. Second heat is Olivia and Horacio. And I just, this sent me the moment that it's announced that Jay and Michelle are the winners. God, I love Jack. This is the eye roll. He was just like,
yes. This whole screen grab is wonderful. Jack making the eye roll and Laurel just be like, "Are you effing kidding me?"
Gosh, yeah. Obsessed.
Those poor things in that moment.
Yeah, it's like, okay, your friend Johnny, you're throwing this, but now one of your biggest allies is out the door.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I felt so bad though.
Yep.
But Jay and Michelle are the winners, and when they get back to the house, they discuss this. I was so pissed hearing about this, but this 1-day deal that she made with Devin. This is not Survivor. This is not Big Brother. Like this, there are no one. I don't think we've ever heard anyone doing that.
I mean,
challenge.
I don't hate the strategy of it, but like, for this being such a kind of big storyline of this episode, why can't you show us when that deal was made? Like, give us a minute of when they had this conversation.
Well, I think they have a small flashback, but it's like we could have.
No, I don't think they showed any flashback.
No, they did. It was very brief. I don't even think they had audio. I think they were talking about the deal, and it just like flashed back to like a scene where you see. Like,
because was it Devin talking to? Did Devin make the deal with Michelle?
No, Michelle made it with it. Well, no. Devin did, because on Banana's podcast, he talked about it being a very Wes move to do. So that sounded about right.
So that's my question too. Like, how much was Tori and Jay even involved in that decision?
Tori, not at all. Tori was not about it. But yeah, I guess
which makes sense, because why would Tori be about it? She knows that the two biggest targets from Jay and Michelle are going to be her friends. So Tori would never have entered that deal, I don't think. And so that's kind of a bold move from Devin to just go out and make that sort of deal.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Michelle's move, and then I just remembered now that it definitely was a Devin. Devin
initiated?
Initiated it. But I guess she took the bait. But a 1-day deal, like, no.
I mean, it did kind of make sense, because do you think, well, here's the real question. Do you think that Tori and Devin, if they won, they would not have honored that, I don't think. They would have had so much pressure from the house to put up Jay and Michelle. There's no way that they would have honored that.
I don't know who else they. Yeah.
So why did Michelle fall for that deal? First of all, so not only did she fall for the deal, she felt so loyal to the deal that she couldn't even like put them up. Come on, God, Michelle just keeps making so many dumb decisions. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? But like half the time she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, we know. We can tell. But like, figure it out. Or listen to Jay. Jay seems to have some good ideas.
Ooh.
Sometimes.
This interrogation, man, this was spicy. I mean,
well, at least they got, so it was nice though, because before this deliberation, they at least got some time to talk. It seemed like more time than they got last.
They did.
week.
Yeah,
So
I
that
did
was
notice
nice.
that. I did notice that because they had that whole discussion with Anissa and Jordan on the bed talking about like this deal. So I guess they do have time before they make the.
Well, I don't know if it's always a consistent amount of time. It seems like, you know, maybe they had more time this week than they did last week for whatever reason. And I don't know, maybe production, because like that one time we had an entire club night before we went into deliberation. So production, I feel like too is like, do we want something quick and messy, or do we want something slow and planned out? I don't know, but yeah, these deliberations were interesting.
Yeah, and Laurel is she is so different. She's like, you know, I get hot, I take time, but you know, what do you want to do? And I'm almost thinking like, then Jack comes in with the confessional, girl, you are doing such a good poker face. And I'm like, I'm like, good for y'all.
And Jack saying, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Yes.
I love that. That was great. But when Jordan and Anissa come in, this honestly, like, this is the Jordan that we remember.
Yes.
And I mean, that was spicy. It was just like, you could see like two, like, I don't know, it was like two, like, it was a little bit of male toxicity at its finest, saying, you're weak. Oh, you're weak for calling me weak. Like,
yeah. There was too much testosterone
a lot
going on there. That was, I feel like it was classic Jordan. He was making some valid comments at points, but yeah, calling him weak, I thought was, I don't know. That just, it wasn't weak. I agree to Jay in that moment. Like, he's not being weak, but I don't know. That the whole thing was just.
But
classic Jordan.
Jay had some balls. He was like, "Oh, maybe we'll just make you the main vote."
Yeah, I like Jay not backing down. I mean,
Michelle's like, Jay. He's like, well, fuck around and find out.
Basically, yes.
Oh man, that was hot. And then we have like
that was
Bananas and Nani.
That's hot.
Okay, help me understand this though. It's like they have to nominate Bananas and Nani, but they don't want them to go. I don't understand.
Right. That's what I'm saying was like a half measure. Like, okay, so now you're saying, all right, last week we definitely should have put up Johnny and Nani, but we didn't. So don't worry, y'all. This week we're going to do it. We're going to go back on our word that we're in an alliance with them and then throw them up. But don't worry, y'all. We're also going to make sure that they're entirely protected. So we're going to go after the other people in the house. Like, I
don't think they did not think that plan through well enough either. Because, I mean, I don't care if it is to, you know, to give you a little safety net, but you nominate someone and their significant other, I mean, it's on. Like, I get, I mean, and Johnny kind of understands, you know, that it is this like safety net, but how about you don't? I don't know. Who else did they put in last week that they didn't? Who did they didn't put in Veronica and Darrell.
Right. And they said because they wanted someone that's more competitive to actually beat Laurel and Jack. So that did make sense. And honestly, that did work out in what we did see happen. So that I wasn't too bothered by. I just don't think the Casey and Kenny thing. And they must have also felt like, okay, we're never going to have an alliance with Casey and Kenny anyways. Also, Casey and Kenny probably not going to win a daily. So if we're not in an alliance with them, they at least can't put us up because they're not going to win by themselves. So honestly, this week's decisions didn't bother me like too much, but just the way that they did it still was really messy. And I don't think that they should have, I don't know. It was just, the whole thing was still very messy, but that's going to be how Jay and Michelle play. And they're going to be screwed next. Like, they're screwed regardless. Like, they're going to be at the top of most people's list. I don't think that they're going to be able to get out of the target that they now have on them. So at this point, yeah, I guess just like get out the people that you've pissed off the most. That's kind of has to be their strategy.
Yeah. And I don't have a screen grab of it, but Michelle like walking up to Laurel and Nani, just like, I'm like, ooh, girl, stay away. You need to stay away.
Yeah. She should have learned that by now, you would think.
I just love Laurel's confessional. Just like, this person is horrible. I'm like, just dragging Michelle.
Yes.
I'm so ready for the reunion already. Like,
it's gonna be spicy.
Yeah, but they go to well, there is a scene also with Michelle and Jay, like Michelle crying because she feels like a horrible person, and Jay's crying in the confessional. Like literally everyone was crying this episode. It was a little obnoxious.
Yeah, a lot of crybabies.
Like, why so pressed? But when they get into the zone, I was a little shocked that they actually did put Aneesa and Jordan as the main vote. I was a little shocked. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was Jay's like wanting to just get back at Jordan a little bit for kind of being such a jerk and that. So, but like, it seems like they were going to go in anyways.
I mean, if they want Laurel and Jack out, they should have put Laurel and Jack, but
I mean, they knew that Casey was going to save Nani and Nani was going to save Casey. So really it was a 33% chance that, so if Laurel and Jack would have pulled the safe, who do you think they would have saved?
Well, here's time for my conspiracy. So there's been a little bit of talk about the daggers, but I do find it a little odd. There's no rhyme or reason why anyone is called to choose a dagger first. You know, it's random. I believe that all three of those daggers had the word safe on them, and they just happened to say, "Oh, Bananas and Nani, you choose first," because why would they choose first? You know, but
then what if somebody pulled a Jordan and went over and flipped them all over and pulled out all the daggers and then was like, "What, y'all? This is some jacked up." And then he pulls them all out. And they all say safe. Could you imagine? That would be so great.
They would
that would be the same thing that Jordan did. What season was that?
Free Agents.
Yeah, when he flipped them over
switch,
all of them.
Yeah.
And so that he could find the skull. But could you imagine if he would have done that and there were skulls underneath all of them? Like, wait, what?
But no, I don't
know. I don't know if I believe that. But
some people think with the distance from where the daggers are to like the stage, there are people that believe there's like an underground tunnel with somebody like.
God. Okay, people have too much time on their brains.
But I don't know. This one seemed a little too like they're not. It's like I can't see them risking Bananas at all at this point.
Okay, so
it wouldn't surprise me.
So my question
you'll never see the other daggers.
My question remains: who do you think Laurel and Jack would have put in? They have to.
It would have had to have been Casey and Kenny.
Yeah, it would have had to have been.
Had to, and I don't know. I believe that they were all safe. The moment I heard that, I went right with it. It only makes sense to me. But I would like to not believe that, but we don't see the other daggers. And man, we could have gotten rid of Casey and Kenny already. I mean,
I know. See, so like, why would they do that? They should have given it to Laurel. Why would production? I mean, I get them wanting to save Johnny, but I feel like Johnny was going to be saved anyways.
Or they did. I don't know if they didn't want to break up their.
Because if Laurel and Jack get it, it's way better. And Kenny, well, I guess they still. Do they really care about the Casey Nani line, that storyline that much?
I guess they do, and we never even
I
see
feel like
it.
it would be even more so if like she had to watch her go home and then keep playing on in the season. Like they would get a lot out of that anyway. So I don't believe this conspiracy theory, because I feel like the better storyline would have been to make Laurel and Jack safe. We keep Laurel and Jack. Jay and Michelle look like idiots because they didn't even put Laurel and Jack down there. Now we have Laurel and Jack coming into the house angrier, even more angrier than last week. And you get rid of Casey and Kenny, who aren't giving you any content anyways. And you have a really sad and pissed off Nani. Like, all of those storylines are way better than just the storyline that we get of Laurel and Jack going home. So if production did do this, then they messed up. We missed out on the right storylines.
I absolutely agree.
Because that would have been way better. But anyways.
I very much agree. But this elimination in your face, I really liked it.
I loved it.
This was kind of iconic too. This was honestly iconic.
Yeah, I really like this whole thing. I mean, I guess the cinder block part at the beginning, I like that
part
they were able to have a little bit of an advantage by doing it with 4 at a time. But I don't know about that portion really making sense with the second part.
It doesn't, because it was once all of your cinder blocks were on top of the crate, the balls would release. Like it didn't have anything to do with the other part.
No,
like at all. But the moment I saw them carrying 4, I'm like, oh shit, there it goes.
They both beasted this challenge.
They really did,
and reminded you why they're both amazing at eliminations. But yeah, I really liked this, but I would have liked to have seen, because I did find it interesting. So what determined the fact that Jordan was throwing and Jack was defending versus Jack throwing and Jordan defending?
Well, they did each decide. They decided out of the two of them who was going to be the goalie or defense, and they decided that, because when they do have like the not confessional, but when they do the little side view of them like right before they go on, they do each say that, oh, I'm going to be on offense, I'm going to be on defense.
Yeah, but what if both Jordan and Jack said they wanted to be on offense?
Would have had Laurel and Anissa as the ones blocking, which I think they did make the right decision.
I don't know. I feel like you got to, in that case, you should put.
I would think actually have Laurel be defense, just because she's taller and.
Yeah. I think that Laurel probably could have played defense better. And then, like, if Jack is going. So then Jack would be going up against Anissa.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably has a better chance of scoring against Anissa than I think Laurel does.
I don't think Laurel's game was off. It just, you could see that she didn't have any.
Yeah, I think that
precision.
Jack would have had more like arm strength and precision. So if they did determine who was doing what, I feel like they messed that up then. But I don't know. I also I guess I would have liked to have seen you just do both. So get rid of the cinder blocks and do like 2 rounds: Jack versus Jordan, Jordan versus Jack, Anissa versus, where they're both playing offense and defense, and then tally it up or something. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen that, I guess.
But I thought it was pretty dope though. You just get to, I don't know, throw balls at your opponent's faces and then watch them light on fire.
I did like the fire aspect of it, especially.
Yeah, this was like the one little like special effect, explosive, whatever, that I could handle. I thought it was good. But Jordan has my MVP card for the week, because this was so iconic. looking, oh my gosh, this was iconic. Looking directly at Jay and Michelle saying, "What did I tell you? What did I say?" And then just throwing that last ball and winning it. Like that was super iconic.
I completely agree. To call your shot and then to execute it is, I mean, something that Jordan does quite often. But what in particular was he referencing? Like, what did he say? What, that he was going to go into the elimination and win?
You know, good point. Yeah.
Like,
what did I say? I would like to know.
If I was Jay up there, I'd be like, I don't remember what. I don't remember what did you say? Because I don't know what you're referring to. But go off, sis.
Can you please remind me what was it that you did?
What is it that you said exactly? Because I don't remember. That would have been me.
Gosh, but I thought it was so iconic from Jordan. That was a great elimination. Like that was sick. That was pretty sick.
Yes, I do give him a lot of credit there, and give some credit to Anissa.
Oh, okay. I will actually, for once, I will give Anissa some credit because she kind of did it. She did the damn thing.
Give some credit to my girl Anissa. I still am
for
loving
once.
Her. No. I give her respect a lot of times. You don't.
Don't. Sure don't. But I thought it was really sad, like with Laurel and Jack leaving. It was just that was sad. But
and TJ says that she's one of the goats.
He called her a goat.
And I feel like that's exactly what she needed to hear because you could see this season, like Laurel was kind of self-conscious about like having these expectations on her. And then it's a crappy way to go out, which you could see like why it was so important for her to win in the elimination last week. But yeah, it's sad to see Dr. Stuckey go.
Dr. Stuckey. And I didn't realize this is the first season she's done without Cara Maria.
Ugh, well, that had to be a relief.
I love Cara. I'll say that. But
would you love being in a house with Cara? Absolutely not.
I've always thought that I would get along with Cara until Polly came around, but
I mean, it just seems like no one really gets along with her. Like the only person that gets along with her is like one person, and then everybody else is just like, you're annoying. And I feel like I would be on the side of you're annoying.
Yeah,
that's just me.
But we need to talk about this. As the credits are rolling.
Ooh, what are we talking about?
What is going on? What with Tori? Like in the confession. No, when she's cheering him on, she's like, "Go, baby!" I'm like, what's happening here?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Like, what is happening?
It's ick. It's giving ick.
It's real weird. I don't.
It's too much, too fast, too soon is what it is.
Way too much. Like you literally have not seen each other in this long, and it's too much.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this.
Well, I guess we're about to find out. I think they're gonna have a few more weeks together, so we'll see.
Maybe it would be different if he wasn't with Anissa, but I think that part it's just like bringing like her two closest people together.
Yeah,
it's bringing more out.
He has to root for that team. Yeah. I don't know. At least it'd be interesting to see where that goes in these next few weeks. Who are you rooting for right now?
Honestly, Olivia and Horacio. Like,
okay,
I love Olivia. She is easily one of the best rookies that we've had in a while. She definitely didn't get as much screen time this week, but it's fine. Give a little break, but yeah. I think I definitely am rooting for her.
She's still looking beautiful as ever back there in this screenshot.
I know. Look, I know. I love her. I'm obsessed.
Okay, I like that. That's probably who I'd be rooting for too, because especially if they win, that would be very improbable because they're going to get thrown in quite a bit, being the only rookies. And they're a threat. So if they win, then they've friggin' earned it. If they
I
get all
didn't
the way
realize
there.
that they are the only rookie pair left, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow. They
Um,
sure are. Yeah,
and then
no,
are you still rooting for Amber?
I changed my profile photo on Twitter.
Oh,
I changed it to Jack. It was from last week in the interrogation. It was too iconic.
Honestly, Jack deserved it. So,
He
and
did.
Amber hasn't done anything in a while. So, I don't know how long you're going to keep it, Jack, seeing as how he might not be as relevant for a few weeks.
No,
He deserved it for now. So, I appreciate the move.
Well, he followed me on Twitter because of it, so I'm happy with that.
Yes.
Love you, Jack.
Yes.
And one last thing from the official challenge podcast that Jack was on. He said,
"Oh, I did listen to this.
The two guys that he found attractive in the house were Darrell, fine, and Devin.
Not Devin. Not
gay man's nightmare.
Not Devin. Not Devin. Jack, what you doing?
I was
doing,
shocked.
Jack. I said earlier that Jack could carry the flag for us, and now I'm out. I don't know if I can do it anymore. I don't know. This is his taste in men. I don't know.
Yeah, like
How do you not say Horacio?
At least he didn't say
Excuse
Fessy.
me.
At least he
You were
didn't
in
say
that house
Fessy.
with him. How do you not list him? Come on.
As long as it wasn't Fessy, but just Devin. I mean, a few seasons back, we had Jose calling him smelly. Like he just looks like, I don't know. It's giving bad breath. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't like it. I feel like I might have a little crush on if I was in that house. I don't really have watching it TV, but I feel like if I was in that house, maybe I'd have a little crush on Nelly T.
Oh, definitely. I mean, have you seen his OnlyFans? I've got some screenshots.
Ooh, send them my way.
Period. Well, that about wraps it up. If you have not already, be sure to smash that like.
Please.
Make sure you're following us or subscribing to us. But you can also follow us on Twitter at Couch Potato QWNZ or Instagram at Couch Potato Queens. And Doug, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at dofurg, DOFURG, at Twitter and Instagram.
And if Twitter does go down after, thanks to Elon Musk, you can find me on Instagram at Reginald George. But for now, I'm still going to be tweeting. So come to the bird at was really good 1.
And Steven, should we plan on doing this again next week on Monday? Because obviously Thanksgiving is.
I think we should. Yes. So we'll do it next Monday. And I'm really thinking that we're going to get a cliffhanger episode this coming week. I have a
no elimination.
I have a feeling. It just seems.
I suppose we're kind of due for one of those, but MTV hasn't done that to us in a while, so it's about right time they do it.
Yeah, because I don't see them being able to release podcasts the day after, with it that being Thanksgiving.
You smart. So
I think we're getting a cliffhanger.
So we'll see you all next Monday.
We will see you next Monday. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Bye.